Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tarot reading that was requested a while ago, that it's about TXT member Subin and his relationship or dynamic with Oh My Girls Erin. They two had worked together and they became a very great duo in the sense that they share a lot of chemistry, very friendly vibes, very energetic, and very good dynamic. So let's see about their current bond, how they are doing these days, how they view each other. And I have to do this reminder about these kinds of readings because I know a lot of you ask about other possible people that could be, according to your perception, could be like related or could have a relationship or could have feelings or something could have happened between certain idols. And actually, I do not do shipping readings. This is something that I feel like I have to always try to emphasize because I do it from a place of respect. Like I always say, not only for the people involved, but also for the tarot, because the tarot is not a toy. You definitely need to make very consistent and very it's not about consistency, it's more about checking the facts, before you ask something to the tarot. There cannot be like diffusiveness in the question, because if you ask according to what you perceive or what you think you saw, or it's like you are not being stable enough, so the response that you are going to get is going to be very ambiguous at the same time. And I don't think it's fair, because it's like, this is what happens when I do readings for these kinds of subjects, because if I do for a couple or a couple of idols that or two idols that had worked together, for example, then this leaves place to everyone asking for their own shipping or for their own couple. So I want to make clear that I do not do shipping readings. I do not read for future husbands nor wives tarot readings, because their love lives is their business, and who they end up marrying is also their business, and they have totally power over this. And also they could have broken marriages, they could marry twice, they could have different wives, they could have a lover, they could have I don't know, they could have a lot of possibilities in their love lives, or they could be single their whole life. So I do not do those kinds of readings, and this is why I want to make clarification. I know that people that are subscribed to my channel, they know it already, but I just wanted to make this clarification for people that are just joining in. So let's start with Subin. The cards that he got, it's the King of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So definitely he is in a place where he is very stable, where he is very prosperous, where he feels like everything he puts his mind into and everything he puts his effort and his will to overcome, everything turns out to be successful for him. So he's someone that is very confident. He's someone that is very optimistic about the possibilities that come his way. I don't see him like being in this dark moment of his life, about probably wondering a lot or worrying. I think he actually is very happy is very content with everything that's going on with him. I feel like he is in the mood of celebrating a lot. I think he is in a place in his life where he feels stable and where he feels confident enough to celebrate and to look at everything that he had accomplished on his own and with the group. So he feels really good about himself. And also here with the Ace of Swords, I think that this also has to do that probably he's in this very intellectual new phase in his life where probably he's thinking about signing a new deal with someone, or like getting a new gig, a new opportunity, a new job opportunity. I mean, a new more publicity for him. I think that people really admire the way he expresses himself with words, that he's a good communicator, that he's really skillful with words. And I see him really like very confident in his skin. So I think that the way also he views Erin, or the way he feels about Erin, is that actually he's in a, I believe that his circumstances are very different from Erin's. I don't see him actually having feelings except for feeling like really happy for everything that they had worked together. And probably there's a friendship in here. There's like a very strong and commitment, and very like a very strong bond. But I think that it's a funny, it's a kind of bond that it's the copulation of all their efforts, all the efforts that they did together, everything they overcome together, their initial fears, their insecurities when they were in front of the camera, not knowing what to do at first, and then they end up getting so experienced and so comfortable with working together that I think that for him it's a really working with her, it's really like it was a challenge because he wasn't used to, but at the same time he is really happy that he did. And he feels really good about himself. He feels really he feels so proud of everything that he had overcome. Probably both of them were a bit nervous about how their dynamic would develop, but I see him like finally like seeing everything that they had done and being like, wow, we made it together. And also having a lot of fun. I see him like having a lot of fun. But also there's something about him that just makes me think that he is more mature than her. Because I see him like standing in as this King of Pentacles. So not only he is more prosperous than her when it comes to opportunities, and when it comes to his, I wouldn't say it's about money, but I think that actually he has more money than her, because I see him like being really comfortable with not being in this state of need, of financial need, or he's really relaxed. I think everything about him, his image and his work ethic and the promotion of the group, it's like he's really lucky. Not only he is really hardworking, but at the same time he's someone that whenever he goes, wherever he goes, he's celebrated everywhere. So I think that he definitely is someone that is very lucky, and that is someone that just flows with opportunities, and somehow opportunities find him. I can see it here with this Ace of Swords. Like he's already like about to sign a new project, about to enter a new stage, not only with the group but for himself. So I think that definitely I see him more like busier than her, like with more projects, with more dreams ahead of him, with more dreams to come true, with more objectives, with more with different tasks, different goals. I think that for him, this experience was really fun. To work with her was really fun, but he is like he's already. There are a lot of people that want to work with him, so he's already been praised by the way he is an MC, and he's also his presence is already requested by very important brands. So I think that his destiny is very different from Erin's, and I will get to Erin's energy in a second. But I think that definitely he is in a very comfortable situation about his career and about himself. I don't see him actually, like I said, I see him going through this phase of feeling really happy and confident. And also he's very mature. He's someone that is very stable, that he's always trying to comfort others, to be a guidance to others, to speak wise words. I think that he's someone that he's very intelligent also. He's very intelligent. And he's very hardworking. Of course that he's prosperous, but because he also is very, he knows where to put his energy or where to put his attention. For example, if he's having a bad day, or if he knows that you're having a bad day and that you're feeling a bit negative about life, he will be the first one to cheer you up, to trying to get you out of the state. Because for him, to waste your energy and your time in negative thinking, for him is not an option. He just is thinking, he's always thinking ahead. He's always thinking a new horizon, a new possibility, a new path to take. So he doesn't want to waste his energy on worrying so much. So this is why I think he somehow is someone that he chooses very well what to do with his energy. And he's also someone that is very sensitive. It's not because he's analytical or too logical. Actually, he's very sensitive. He's a very sensitive guy. This is why he knows that sometimes emotions can actually make you sometimes feel out of control. So this is why he wants to stay in higher vibration. I don't know if you believe in energies or in vibrations, but somehow it has to do with your mindset. It has to do about how you think, about what's your perception of what happens around you. You have the choice all the time. You have the choice to take things in a very negative or dramatic way, or actually to see it like a possibility for growth and a possibility to make you stronger. That this is probably, if you're facing some kind of obstacle, it's because you are being guided to learn from that. So I think he's one of those people that actually he definitely believes that he needs to be patient, and that he needs to be consistent, and that he needs to be this is very Sagittarius, obviously, that he needs to flow with whatever comes his way. And I think it had worked for him, because he's really happy. He's starting a new beginning, feeling really, really excited. He's also learning new things, new crafts, so he's feeling really, really happy right now. So let's go with Erin. Erin got, I don't remember if it's Erin or Arin. I think it's pronounced Arin. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm pronouncing it wrong. She got the 2 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. So definitely, I don't know, are they done with working together? I don't know about that, but she's definitely looking at new opportunities, She's thinking about what to do next. There's a lot of things that she wants to do. She's someone that is very ambitious. I can see it here with all these ones in here. I see her like being really like she is very like restless, like in the sense that she's feeling a bit uncomfortable about the future. It's like there's a lot of things that she wants to do, but at the same time there's so much competition, or somehow things for her. I wouldn't say that opportunities don't come for her, because they do, but somehow she always has to fight for it. She always has to like put extra effort. She always has to. It's like anything, nothing has been easy for Arin, actually. And I think that here with the Nine of Swords, it means that she is really in a place where she probably she's still in negotiations with a new project, and I think that they are making her wait, and she doesn't like that, because here with the Nine of Swords, it means that you are constantly overthinking, that you are constantly thinking, and you're thinking the worst of the situation. So I think that she's very impatient right now, or at least she will be in the next 6 months. And when it comes to how she views her relationship with Subin, I definitely see her like being more passionate than him. Actually, I remember she's a Leo. She's a Leo sun. I see her being like really with a lot of fire and with a lot of inner strength. Like, she's a great entertainer because she's really energetic. She definitely knows how to entertain others and how to stimulate others. For example, if you're shy, she's someone that she will break the barriers. She will make a joke. She is very energetic. She has a lot of energy. But at the same time, she does have these moments where she goes from 100 to 0, where she gets really. I think that what actually affects her, it's probably other people's opinions or people comment on internet or on social media, because I see a lot of swords, so probably she does read a lot of comments and about the way she behaves, and she just is very angry about it. She's someone that she also has a strong temper. She has a hard time like trying to. It's like she doesn't show it, of course, in front of a camera, but she doesn't have a lot of patience. So I think that sometimes she does feel a bit guilty, because it's like she gives her all. She doesn't know limits. She definitely is very energetic. She's she's a person of action. She is someone that is a visionary. She always wants to do things differently. And I think that for her, and I think that the fact that she is a female is also something that somehow, that's why she gets so much criticism, because she is very powerful. And even though she looks really cute and she's really small, she has like this very inner fire inside of her that is always burning. But she has these moments of, I wouldn't say she gets depressed, because depressed, it's a very strong state, and it's also a very profound and complex mental state. So I don't want to use the word depression, but she does get these unconscious fears, especially when she's on her own. She always fears criticism. She fears what other people think of her. And at the same time, she fears also disappointing people. So I think that probably if she shows herself being too hyperactive or being too like too energetic or too sparkly, it's because she wants to create a certain atmosphere, you know, that can make people have a good time when they are with her. And sometimes she drains herself. Sometimes she uses so much of her energy that when she has to do things for herself, she ends up feeling very empty, and like she doesn't have any energy left to do things for herself. It's like she is everyone's cheerleader, you know, like she cheers everyone up, she makes everyone smile, she makes everyone laugh. But at the same time, when it comes to her, she has these moments of very low energy where she feels really pity for herself and where she feels like she definitely needs someone that can comfort her or that can somehow inspire her to be kind to herself, because I see her like being on her own and being very different to what she portrays on camera. And I think that this is why she sometimes the critics really hit her hard, because I think that people are only seeing as brief clips of her interaction with Subin or her work as an MC, and people just assume that they know her and they don't. So I think that this is why she feels judged, and she goes from feeling really angry and to feeling really really sad. And so I think that there are moments where she doesn't have no one to talk about this, because I think that she doesn't want to seem weak, but she does have these moments where she gets really impatient with herself and she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know how to do better, even though she is doing better and she is growing a lot as an artist and as an idol. But I think that there are moments of feeling useless, or there are moments where she worries a lot about her future. And there is a lot of competition here. So, and when it comes to how she feels about Subin, I think definitely they both had this. I mean, for her, Subin meant this someone that she worked with that inspired her to do her best. You know, that somehow, if she felt like she was running out of energy or ideas, he would always comfort her. You know, I think that probably they had a lot of conversations, you know, where she actually, because I think that he's very intuitive and there's something about him and his view of the world that is very different from hers, and she learned a lot about his own nature. Probably she also told him about her worries, but she is someone that is also very she is very prideful, in the sense that there were moments where she wanted to be honest and actually tell him about her insecurities, but suddenly she just put on the mask and just show herself, show her happy self, show her quirky self, show her outgoing, kind of funny. You know, she put on that mask. She played that role, you know, and so I think that for Subin it was also very like surprising, like shocking, because he was like, he thought he was getting closer to her, or he thought he was seeing the real her when she was starting to show her vulnerable side. But then all of a sudden it's as if she realized that she was being too intimate, you know, or too honest, and she just like decided to put up the walls again, you know. And I think that, but he is very he's very perceptive and understanding, so I think that is that he knows about her two sides, you know. He knows that she obviously has a lot of worries and that has a lot of concerns about her career and that she is very also is very passionate. So for her to always feel like she has to work extra hard to make it is actually a bit sad. But this is how things work, or at least it's how things are going to be working in the next 6 months. She's going to have patience for the projects to come. And if she does have a free time, probably it would be nice for her to do some activities that can connect her with this anxiety that she's feeling, or with these unconscious fears that probably keep her up at night. I think that definitely she should do some kind of therapy, because it would, or do some kind of activity that can help her connect with this side of herself. Because silencing it or pretending that it doesn't exist, it's only going to make things worse. So let's go with the last cards that came out for the relationship as an overall. We have the Strength, the Ten of Swords, and the Emperor. So yes, I think that definitely if they work together again, they will be able to help each other grow, and at the same time help each other face any kind of fear. I think that they together they grew up a lot, and they showed their best sides. I think that each of them were like an inspiration to each other. I think that their chemistry and their dynamic was the one that made possible for them to actually today seeing this MC role as a very different kind of experience, because sometimes when you do an MC job, I'm not an expert on this. I'm just saying it from what I see in the cards. But sometimes I see that when you are an MC, you have the possibility to be an MC of a special show or a special occasion with people that probably you never worked before or you never met before. But I think that for them, and the fact that it was a very recurrent kind of work, and it was something that they knew that they would be working for a while together, I think that this made that all these fears and all these insecurities went away. And at the same time, it connected them with this very passionate charisma of them. I think both of them have this in common, that both of them, I think that it must be because both of them are fire signs. So I think that they stimulated each other in the sense that sometimes I don't know how to explain it, but when you are an idol, or when you have like a song or a concept or a new comeback, there's always like a pre-established theme or subject or content that you're going to be expressing in a song or wherever. And I think that when you are an MC, it's different, because you do have to show sides of yourself while you are communicating. So you do have to be honest, and you have to be extrovert, and you have to be spontaneous at the same time. And this is very fire signs speciality, to be spontaneous, to be entertaining, to be funny, to be courageous, to be entertaining. I think that this is what happened with them. They just nourish from this real nature of them as people. I think that they show themselves the way they are, and I think that they had read the comments or the feedback of the public, and of course that at the beginning it wasn't easy for them to read some comments, But then they eventually people started to see that this chemistry was very very stable, and that as time went by, it was very consistent in the sense that they weren't playing a role; they were being themselves, and they were, and as a consequence, they were making their guests or whoever appeared on this segment with them, they were making the guests feel comfortable as well. So I think that they definitely were a good influence for each other. And I think that it also it adds a lot to their self-esteem. I think that they had a lot of fears about working together. And I think that the fact that they were shipped, it was one of them. The fact that they were opposite sex, and that, how sometimes the audience is very sensitive about this. And they just didn't want to get the hate. They just wanted people to appreciate what they do for them, and to appreciate and respect them for who they are, or what they were showing, because they definitely work really hard. They are professionals. So even though I don't see any romantic feelings here, I see them like growing together, and thanks to each other. They are today. They are they are more matured. They are like more confident. They are like, okay, we made it. We made it, despite of all the initial fears and not knowing exactly how to. Because you have to, when you work with people, especially if it's two, you do need to work on your chemistry, and you do need to work on your and how in sync you're going to be with that person. I think for them it was amazing the way they just became one. And they made each other feel stronger. So I think that definitely they defeated a lot of preconceptions and a lot of judgments and a lot of prejudices of people that just thought that they were just two pretty idols and nothing else. I think that definitely they were able to overcome a lot of these barriers and a lot of their own fears, and now they feel like they own this role, and that they are perfect working together. So I think that they could potentially work together again, but I don't see her. I think that she's waiting for a new project, but she's honestly really stuck in, I don't know if it's because her company, there's something about her company that is just like making things difficult for her to find a new gig. But in the case of him, I see him already signing with something else. And also I think that it has to do that he's promoting with the group. So he's busy. He's unfortunately he's on another level. The glances through what he sees life are very different than from what Arin sees it. So it's really sorry, because I see her really struggling, and I see him like feeling really comfortable with where he is right now in his life. So these are two very different people. They are in different states in their lives. So let's wish them luck, guys, and let's wish them that they can cooperate and work together again soon. So if you are a fan of them, I would appreciate your feedback. And as always, I always read your comments, and I always read your recommendations. I appreciate it, guys, very much. So just please stay respectful to each other, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.